Hey there friendos, Newbornkilik here, welcoming you back to another Scribepasta. Now, if you don't know, Scribepasta is a series where we take a perfectly good creepypasta, usually gaming related, and run it through Google Translate about 10 to 15 times and make our own silly story out of it. Please do be on the lookout every Monday or Tuesday-ish for a brand new video on the channel here. Of course, if Pokemon Sword and Shield does in fact, consume more of my life, there may never be a video again. But this one is extra spicy, because today we're going to be taking a look at Pokemon Black, or as it is translated, Who is Pokemon? Which honestly just isn't even close. It's going to be a good story. It starts off adequately. Abdi. It's what can be called a versatile buttocks Pokemon game. Well, to be fair, we were just talking about Pokemon Sword and Shield, and some people would have you believe that, but Pokemon Diamond and Jade, Chaos Black, and others often don't find them in their battles, Goodwill, flea markets, and more. I feel like he's trying to sell me something, honestly. Oh, but wait a minute, there's battles, Goodwill, flea markets, and there's more. Just be careful about that more, that's the hard part. They are usually pleasant, although they are not known, often happens. The convertible and poor quality make them accidentally comic. Of course, I have to find someone who has played most of me on the internet. You should probably stay away from some of those shady sites. But is one who has never been mentioned. I went to the flea market. I went to the market about 5 years ago to buy a flea. It's extra funny because I messed up and called it a flea market. But he's going to the market to buy a dang flea. Don't judge the man, okay? It's just what he's up to. This color image, if detected. Unfortunately, I lost the game when I moved 2 years ago. So I'm not giving you screens. I'm sorry. That's probably talking about not giving him screenshots. The game begins with the red and blue generic introductory versions, but press start has changed. Brother there, but not though through That sentence broke my brain. Brother there, but not through Pokemon. Also, after the black version, under the Pokemon logo, 3 choices for new game. The game begins with Professor Tam's speech, a brand new professor in Pokemon Black. Wonderful. I think that's very good. But anyway, the game begins with Professor Tam's speech, and it quickly came to light that the game is essentially Red Pokemon. After selecting your boot, if you see your I can't, it's raking my brain, seriously. After selecting your boot, if you see your Pokemon Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle, Pokemon will not have you. Ghost Pokemon, level 1 elf of the ghosts who visited the Lavender Town before it reached the Sylph area. This is one of the attacks, the stack. Mysterious stack. I know this is true for Indians, but first generation is not an attack, so it seems to have come down. Did I translate this too much, or did I translate this the perfect amount? I honestly can't tell. Defender's Pokemon can't attack the spirit. He says they're too scared to move. During the war, a seat is used. During the war? Okay. During the war, a seat is used. The screen is black. Pokemon can be heard crying for protection, but there is less play area to get it. The screen will fight again, and the Pokemon will want to remove. It's hard to explain how wonderful this is. For me, I love this. This is beautiful. When used in a war against a trainer who represents Pokemon, Pokeballs, it appears in a corner, and they are small Pokeball. Okay. The conclusion is that Pokemon were killed. Well, it is a war out there after all. The other person is a stranger when he sees the fish monkey. Red, $200, had to win. Will the team war again? Will the team ever go out to war once more? If you select run, the fight will end as usual. You can also select course. The popular course. If you do this when you return to Earth, the Spite Coach will play. That was a doozy of a sentence to get through, but we're managing. After raising and reviving the area, the place where the coach should be replaced is a tombstone like the one at Lavender Town. The translated course cannot be used in all cases. It won't go against the Pokemon Ghost. It also fails when used against a coach you have to face a competitor or Giovanni. It can be used in war with you to eliminate them away. I knew this was a game that would allow you to use ghosts earlier, and so easy to get the course. Basically, I used it around the adventure. The game has changed slightly since the 4 elites, after they have a Hall of Fame made up of the spirit and some of the Pokemon I used with HM. You see, the black screen went the opposite way. Spooky! A box visible with the words, "Years later." And then an older man stands in a sliced filing tower. And then an old man stands in a sliced filing tower. I have no clue what that could be translated from. I need to look. This is not a drill. Oh, it's because it says at some point it then cut to Lavender Town. So it's wow, this is a messy translation. I love it. Anyway, an older man stands in a sliced filing tower, watching the tombstones. You can then complete it by finding your character. Men were just really? You had to throw this word at me? You're just mocking me at this point. Men were just saten guhachen un. At normal speed, you. Pokemon does not identify you, or even the ghost that was temporarily impossible to remove from the party while sitting in your computer. Kundungan is completely empty. There is no one. There is a headstone trainer that you only use. You know, I'm looking down here and I'm seeing more large nonsense words that I'm sure in another language make a lot of sense, but I got nothing for them. I have no idea what they mean. They're probably demonetizing this video as we speak. With the COPA laws, I guess that's not a bad thing. This video is not for kids, by the way, so if you're a kid, it's not for you. You can watch, but it's not for you. Therefore, you can be very profitable anywhere in the world, although your movement is limited by the fact that you do not have to use Pokemon. Probably a lot faster, for being totally honest. You're not weighed down by them god dang Pokemon. And wherever you go, Lavender Town music has continued in a circle that is not limited. That's a very strange way to say it played in a loop. After a long drive alone, I noticed that you passed the Diglett Cave, a single cut bush that is usually blocked again on the other side of the road, allowing you to pass and return to Baldinamore. Pallets! The screen is black to enter your house, and the tiles you need to start playing. Then show Caterpie. Weedle came to replace him, and then to Pidgey. I didn't understand when Pokemon evolved from Wheel to Blastoise. That was all the Pokemon I used on the chair. I used them on the chair. Well, if they're gone, I think you might have used the chair on them, but, a Pokebuse later, let's not talk too much about the Pokebuse in the situation that this man has definitely forced upon his Pokemon with a goddamn chair. A boy and a cat catcher came to my team rival. This is the coach I will ever surpass. During the series, Lavender Town's music game fell. During the series, Lavender Town's music games fell, and later the park. As long as you see a rival on the screen, then it's best. A black hole. An entire universe-ending black hole. A few minutes later, a sudden battle of brawls arose. Your sprite trainer is now an old man, just like he taught you how to use Pokemon in Virginia City. What, did I say that right? Your sprite trainer is now an old man, just like he taught you how to use Pokemon in Virginia City. I don't know why I even bother second guessing myself at this point. If I say words, it's probably right at some point in the story. But Ghost appears on the other side with the expression, "Ghost wants to fight." You've never used any items and never used Pokemon before, which I think is false given literally the rest of the story. But hey, translations will be translations. If you're trying to escape, don't. Just don't even bother. The only option is fight. Using the challenge will encourage you to use combat, which does not harm the ghost, but eliminates part of its HP. If Ghost's turn comes in, hail? Just say 3 dots. Finally, when your HP reaches a critical point, Ghost will use Curse. Screen cut for fake finals. Even the bottom you click on, you will be completely locked on this dark screen. By the way, the only thing you can do to stop Game Boy. When you play again, new game is the only option. The game deletes the file. I've played this game many times, and the game ends in every order. I've never used Ghost a couple of times, but it was impossible to get rid of it. In this case, no Pokemon or instructor shows, and only goes to the last battle with Ghost. I'm not sure why this hack is behind the creator. It is not widely distributed, so it may not be a financial gain. Well made for shoes. This whole game was made for shoes. Makes sense. We're out here stealing their souls after all. That was bad. I'm really sorry about that joke. Anyway, it's like trying to send a text message. I feel like I got this message. I'm not sure what. The probability of death? Is it good? Maybe he's just trying to get the dead and dark into child games. Fuck, I literally read that sentence correct and I hated it. Maybe he's just trying to get the dead and the dark into child games. However, this child's play made me think and laugh. Wait a minute. Doesn't the end of the story say it made him cry? Yeah, so cry apparently got translated into laugh at some point. Because the last part of the story is regardless, this children's game has made me think, and it has made me cry. You know, something super edgy like that. But over here we clearly have this child's play made me think and laugh. So this has been the Scribepasta, Who is Pokemon, translated from Pokemon Black. If you'd like to support the writer of this story, you can find his original story on the Creepypasta wiki. Anyway, let me know what you think of this series. If you'd like to see more, it's fun. I really do enjoy it. And if you're a fan of gameplay, why not check out the gameplay channel, or maybe check out some of the other videos on this channel here. Let me know what you think. I do some Zelda theories, etc., etc. Anyway, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. It's helped me out an awful lot, and I really, really do appreciate it. I'm Newbornkilik, and I will see you in the next one. I'm out.